Hi friends, this is Arindam, and this is going to be a short review video of this pretty little chromatic harmonica that I recently got myself. Although it's not really little, it's the 14-hole Hohner Chrometta 14. So maybe a couple reasons why I wanted to do this video. Primarily because I recently could get hold of one of these, and although I primarily play the Suzuki SX series these days, and my backup set consists of the E-stops, but I wanted to get one of these for quite some time now, and I am happy that I finally could get hold of one of these. And there can be a possibility that sooner or later Hohner may end up phasing these out, so they won't be available in the market anymore. So anyway, I initially had ordered a 12 hole from a Chinese website. I won't be able to share the name right now, because I'm not getting paid by anyone for doing this particular video, neither by Hohner and nor by the Chinese website. I'm not that big a player. But anyway, so I initially had ordered a 3-octave model, a Chromata 12, but they came up to me, they messaged me saying that the 12 holes are kind of out of stock, and according to them Hohner has stopped making the 12 holes. So I had to and they were asking if I would want a 14 holer for some extra money, which I obliged to, and then they sent me this particular thing, and it took actually quite a long time. It took exactly, I think, 2 months or a little over 2 months to arrive to my home in Kolkata, India, from some Chinese town or village. I am not really sure where, but anyway, I'm happy that it finally arrived. And so here's my review of the harmonica. First of all, if you know the extra thing about the 14 holers is that it gives you 2 extra holes toward the bottom to extend your range. And so this particular one has a range of 3.5 complete chromatic octaves. It is in C, and it starts on the G below middle C. So I'll just play the harmonica for you. It has quite a nice full tone, and I'll show you. I hope the tone comes out properly in this video. So as you can see, with the slider out, all of the notes are sounding quite nice and full. So let me also just press the slider in and show you how that particular note set sounds like. So again, slider in also, it sounds quite nice. And maybe you have also noted that last particular draw note, that specific Hohner tuning that Hohner uses in all of its chromatic harmonicas, I guess. If I want to just give the review in a nutshell, first of all, as you see, the harmonica looks kind of vintage. Of course, it is a vintage design. This is probably these harmonicas probably date back their first manufacturing date before World War II at least. The comb used to be red in those days. Nowadays, these are sold in these black combs. I think I saw in one of the videos by Ken Leboff. He has the older red combed models, I think. I have only one, and this one is in black, as these are made these days. So coming back to the feedback of this particular harmonica, firstly, as I told you, the tone is quite full and nice. I quite like the sound of this particular harmonica and the entire range of it. Also, regarding the air tightness, it's not too bad. I would say it's not as good as a Suzuki SX maybe, but then how this particular harmonica is labeled by Hohner, it's an entry range chromatic harmonica by them. So don't expect that it's would be like really top notch in terms of air tightness, but then still the air tightness is pretty good. This harmonica is actually a valved harmonica, which means that it has wind savers on most of the reeds, barring I think some of the upper octave ones, but that is the usual case with I think most of the chromatic harmonicas. So the air tightness, as I said, is not too bad. One thing, however, is if you want to play for extended period of time on this particular harmonica, as you can see that this has a mouthpiece which is like quite wide. So if you are used to playing the other pieces, for example the SCXs and the saddles and the Hohner Super Chromonicas, so you would find this mouthpiece quite wide. So in case you have a smaller mouth opening, this may be a little bit of what I call inconvenience to you, but otherwise yes, you can definitely try this harmonica out. But playing for extended periods of time, and also looking at the other factor that this one doesn't have a rounded mouthpiece, just a plastic mouthpiece I think, or made of some material similar, uh, is probably going to cause you some inconvenience or bruising around your lips. So you have to be a bit careful and take for example little breaks in between your practice, but otherwise it is quite a good harmonica. The only other thing I want to mention about the mouthpiece maybe is that if you want to play octaves, that is notes one octave apart, which is kind of an advanced technique in harmonica, you may find that a bit difficult, considering again the mouthpiece is quite wide on this particular thing and also not rounded off. So let me just try some octave playing for you. It sounds quite nice actually, but I don't know if you would be too fond of playing octaves on this particular harmonica for long periods of time. So let's just try. So as you see, the octave actually sounds quite nice and full. By the way, the slider is a bit clanky. It is not as smooth as many of the higher priced chromatics from Suzuki, Honor or Saddle. It is a bit noisy, as you can see here. The action is not also as smooth as you would like, but then as we know that this is an entry level chromatic harmonica, so you might as well want to live with it. So all in all, I'll just sum up my review here. So build quality wise, again, I think this is quite a good one. I actually happened to open the cover plates because I required a slight adjustment on my last E, because that needed to be regapped a bit. So I saw that the finishing inside is good as well, with no visible scars and marks around the reeds and all. So I would recommend this harmonica for beginners also, barring only, as I said, a couple facts that the mouthpiece is quite wide, so you may find it a bit uncomfortable for longer duration practice and also octave playing. But all in all, this is quite a good backup chromatic. And if you get this particular one, which is actually 14 hole, oh by the way, I forgot to tell you, chrometas come in 4 different varieties, 4 different sizes or lengths, as you may call it. They come in the 8-hole format, which has 2 complete octaves, in 10-hole format, which consists of 2.5 complete chromatic octaves, the 12-hole format, which has 3 complete chromatic octaves, and this is the big daddy of the family, which is the Chrometta 14, consisting of 3.5 chromatic octaves. So all in all, this is quite a good backup chromatic or practice chromatic or in fact you are probably like me, who plays mostly other brands like Suzuki and E-Stop, but still kind of craves for the Hohner sound once in a while. So this is quite a good choice if you want that typical Hohner sound in quite a nice little package that won't cost you a lot. And that was kind of about it for now regarding my review of this particular entry range chromatic harmonica by Hohner called the Chrometta 14. I hope you have liked my video, and it might also be useful to you just in case you are looking for one of these for yourself, because from what I saw on the internet there are not many review videos available for this particular chromatic model from Hohner. So I would request you to also check out the other videos that I have on my channel, including lesson videos on how to play the harmonica, as well as performance videos that I keep uploading from time to time. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to show your support. Thank you.